In this ASPI analysis for Monday the 23rd of September, I'm previewing the week ahead as it relates to the Australian commitment to Iraq and also domestic counterterrorism issues. It's going to be a busy week for the Prime Minister. He'll start today by making a statement to the House which is expected to summarise the case for the stronger counterterrorism legislation which the government is going to put to the Parliament this week. I suspect that the government will succeed in getting that legislation through the House on the basis of support from the Labor opposition in the Senate, although we can expect that there'll be further questions asked about the extent of powers which are being passed to domestic intelligence organisations. The Prime Minister is also going to put on the public record the reasons why for Australia's military involvement in Iraq, which will create an opportunity for a debate in the Parliament, something that all sides of politics have been calling for. Then towards the middle of the week, the Prime Minister will head off to New York to the United Nations, where Australia is now in the final stages of its temporary 2-year seat on the UN Security Council. I expect what we're going to see in New York is a full court press on the part of the US and its closer friends and allies to get more countries signing up to the international coalition, which remains really still at this stage a coalition of the waiting because military operations are only beginning to pick up in Iraq. In terms of Iraq itself, the Pentagon has reported that as of Sunday, some 186 airstrikes have been launched by the US, with now, I believe, a couple of additional airstrikes from the French. The pattern of those strikes remains, as we discussed last week. It's very much focused on identifying small, moving targets. So over the weekend, an ISIL commandeered boat was sunk, crossing weapons across the Euphrates River. A number of mortar teams were attacked and a couple of ISIL guard posts. In effect, I think what we're seeing here is a strategy which is designed to bottle ISIL up, to keep it contained to its current areas. This is not a strategy at this stage designed to go after the leadership of ISIL or really to do anything other than to contain the threat. So I think that's something to watch for after New York and the Security Council meets, perhaps to pass a fresh resolution supporting the international effort against ISIL, is the extent to which the Americans and their allies will at some stage turn the heat up on ISIL and start to attack their leadership, or if they will continue for some time yet to engage in a strategy of just keeping them contained to the areas of territory which they've gained control.